What's up, Podcats? We are here, full effect. Just the greatest game we could have ever asked for. How you feeling, Eric?
I couldn't be better. 12-0, baby.
12-0.
North Dakota State loses.
Yep.
Number one.
Number one. If
Number
we don't get
one.
that number one seed, then the committee is a joke.
Are we going hunting if we don't get the number one seed?
We might as well go hunting.
I feel like we are going hunting.
I don't fully know what you mean by hunting, but I agree with you. Like, I'll just dive in.
Yeah, we'll just leave it there.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it at hunting.
We'll just leave it there. Yeah.
The Cats looked like they didn't even really try.
Yeah.
They, in all honesty, in watching a full 4 quarters of Bobcat football today, they basically just coasted. There was nothing fancy.
Yeah.
There was nothing fancy.
Yeah.
They ran the ball very effectively.
Yeah.
The offensive line was unbelievably good yet again, and Tommy Malott orchestrated what I would call a masterclass.
It was like he made the right choice on every single play. I cannot think of a single play where Tommy made the wrong choice. And if anybody can't tell from my voice how great this game was, like it was
weren't
an
even
amazing
in the
game.
stadium.
I
How
wasn't
are you
even in the
losing your
stadium.
voice?
Wasn't even in the stadium. But
Also-
spectators brought the party. I can tell you that right now.
I got 84 on my chest right now.
Yep.
I will buy a new one when we win this year.
Yep. We'll have the 84 championship jersey, and we'll have the 24 championship jersey.
Yep, I
It
I
balances
should
out
have just
perfectly.
I should have just got 24 when we got them originally.
Yep. That would have been
Because
some
this
foresight.
this is what
Yeah.
this team is, and so the offense was great, and
Yep.
I absolutely loved everything that they did. But this game, I want to highlight the defense.
Oh, hands down, highlight the defense. Go ahead.
Kenny Iden.
Kenny Iden had a hell of a game.
Oh my God, that guy was all over Fife. Fife is so overrated.
Oh, I was calling him Fifi today.
That
I was
is
like,
what
Fife,
you need to
more
call
like
him.
Fifi.
This guy, Fife had no time.
Yep.
Kenny Iden was in his face all day long.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next guy, Drew Polidor.
Oh, Drew had a hell of a game.
That guy was... Oh my God. I don't even know what to say about Drew Polidor, what he means to this team.
Yeah.
In all honesty, Drew Polidor is out there cleaning up the rare mistakes the front four make. Rare.
And he almost had that. He should have had that interception today.
It was close.
And it was right
It
there.
was close.
And it's like, oh, I wanted that for Drew so bad.
Yeah.
So bad.
I had a bet with Jaron Van Dyke that if there was a turnover on defense, he was shotgunning beers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, same thing I do with you.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I'm glad you found a fill-in for me.
Yeah. But for me, those two guys are the and with what the offense did, which
Yeah.
was incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Those two are the players of the game for me.
Yeah.
That being said, Money Miles.
Money Miles came in and did his thing.
Money Miles is here, and he's here to stay.
Yep.
Miles Sandstead is on one.
Yep.
I told you last week when he hit that crossbar, that wouldn't happen again.
Yep. Did
Guess
not
what?
happen again.
He nailed it.
No doubt. No doubt the entire way.
A longer field goal.
Yep.
Nailed it.
Yeah. He's killing it. Special teams killed it.
Yeah.
Offense killed it. Defense killed it. All 3 phases of the game. They are just playing spectacular football right now. Could not ask for anything more. So proud of these dudes. The only slight bugaboo that we have is I hope that Scottrey and Julius Davis are going to be okay.
Yeah.
You know, that is the slight thing we have to worry about going forward.
Yeah.
Amazing day today. Super happy about today. But also, we're going to need those dudes going forward.
We have Adam Jones.
We do have Adam Jones.
Adam Jones feasted.
Oh, yeah.
That dude was loose everywhere.
So that play where he did, what was it, like 93 yards?
Yeah, it was long.
93 yards
It
on
was
that
a
play.
long ways.
That reminded me
Long
a lot of
ways.
New Mexico.
Yeah.
It reminded me a lot
Yeah.
of New Mexico. I was like, I think it was the same exact play call. He busts it open, gets into the secondary, leaves everybody behind, eventually gets caught slightly short of the end zone.
I have never seen Adam Jones get caught.
Yeah.
That was a first.
First time for everything.
I am so impressed with this kid.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, I'm pausing only because I'm trying to come up with the right words to describe him.
Yeah.
It was his rivalry game against the town that he is from. And he bolstered his Jerry Rice resume.
Oh, you have to think, I don't know. Super biased, obviously, but who else is in the conversation?
Is he the Jerry Rice favorite at this point?
I don't know who else is in the conversation even.
What more do you want from him?
Yeah. What else does he have to show? When he gets more carries because of some injuries that happen in the backfield, he just shows that you give him more carries and he is more spectacular.
Yep.
Like,
let's break this game down from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
The Bobcats opened up the day running the ball.
yes.
And they finished the day
they always do.
running the ball.
Yep.
They ran it down the Grizzlies' throat. They had no answer.
No.
Fife struggled very mightily against our pass rush, which for the most part was 4 guys.
Yep.
And Kenny Iden led the day.
Yep.
Alec Eckert didn't look too bad.
No, did not look bad at all. Also, on that same scheme right there, Neil Daly.
Yeah, oh God.
Neil Daly was back there a lot.
Neil
Daly was back there a lot. And also, that first, I think it was the first, I don't know if it was a tackle for loss or a sack, but Drew Polidor came through and blew up a play.
Yeah.
Right off the bat.
So
came out, just schemed it in, left his guy, went right into the backfield, got that tackle.
Everybody knows how much we love all the Bobcats.
Oh, yeah.
But Neil Daly
Yeah.
is on the verge of becoming something great.
Yeah.
He's always there.
Yeah.
He's always in the position to make a very important tackle, or he's in the backfield, or something along those lines. Neil Daly is something to watch out for in future years. I mean, this kid's young.
Mm-hmm.
He's got it. Neil Daly's got it.
He's also the epitome of what we've been talking about when it comes to cat culture. Like, he's the type of guy where he was sitting behind guys for a long time, waiting for his opportunity, getting his reps in practice, working his ass off, and he comes into these games, gets the opportunity, and just shows out.
Yeah.
And does so well. And it takes a lot of mental fortitude to stay focused in those situations and be ready when it is your turn to be that guy. And he steps up and he is that guy.
I watched the entirety of the game today.
Yep.
And what I saw was, I mean, anybody can say what they want about the Grizzlies. Mm-hmm. They're always a tough beat. Yeah. Always. The Cats went in, they handled business, and it didn't really break a sweat.
This is another top 10 victory for the Cats.
Yeah.
Another top 10 victory for the Cats that everybody has been discounting all season, and then they're going to go into the playoffs in that number 1 seed.
Now is the time where we talk about our guy, Tommy Mellott.
Oh,
Tommy Mellott.
Tommy
Mellott, this kid, all he does is make winning plays.
Yes.
He is so smart on the football field. I mean, we can gush and gush over Tommy. We always do.
Yeah.
We spend every episode talking about how great Tommy Mellott is. Mm-hmm. The thing about Tommy for me is that he sees things so far ahead of everyone else.
Yeah.
Hence the Rohan Jones touchdown.
And that pass.
Beautiful.
That pass was a work of art. That was the Mona Lisa of passes
Yes.
right there. And I may be overstating it because I'm biased or whatever. I don't
That is
care.
what-
I don't care. That was a work of art.
That is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Tommy Millott is orchestrating this offense to such a perfect fashion right now.
But he can't pass, Eric.
Yeah.
He can't pass.
Let's
right?
make him pass,
He
Ben.
can't. He can only
Let's
run.
make him pass.
He can only run.
Let's
he
make
can't
him pass.
pass. Looks like a pretty good passer too.
Garbage.
Looks like a pretty good passer.
All the haters can shove it right up their rear ends. Because that's what we're at right now.
Yeah.
That is what we're at.
Yeah.
We're at a roadblock right now where the Cats, I mean, it's kind of like the Grizzlies last year.
Mm-hmm.
They just beat everyone into submission.
Yep.
The Cats are beating everyone into submission.
Yep.
It's their destiny to go.
This was
Quite
a
a
dominant
ways.
win today.
I mean,
It was a dominant win.
now, Ben,
Yep.
let's talk about what happened with North Dakota State.
North.
Let's
Dakota,
go.
the Bison.
Number one, baby.
The
Number
Bison.
one.
What happened with them?
Number one. Number one.
Yep.
This is where we're at in this season.
Yep.
North Dakota State lost to South Dakota. The Bobcats have to be number one.
They
They have to be.
Yep.
We are the number one team in the nation. And it hasn't happened for 13 years.
Yep. It's
I think
been
it was
a long
2011 was the last time.
time. I can't remember the time, so it must have been 2011.
Didn't go well back then.
No, not spectacular.
No.
But also, this is a different type of team. I don't think I can. That 2011 team was pretty offense heavy.
Yeah.
They did not have the defense or the
Okay.
special teams that we currently have.
Yeah.
We didn't get a full dose of taco time today, but we got some flashes of taco time. Like
The
the
Grizzlies,
Grizz were going away from it.
They
and making
showed-
it hard for him to do
they
anything.
showed how worried
Yeah.
about Taco they actually were. They didn't give him a chance.
I think the Grizz know that Taco is the premier return guy
Yeah.
in the Big Sky and in the country.
Taco is the best returner in the Big Sky Conference.
He's rubbing it in.
This year.
Rubbing
Yes.
it in. This is our day
Yes.
to rub it in.
Yes. My big takeaway from today, Ben, is that the Cats are ready.
They're ready.
They came out
Yeah.
and they just did what they do. There was nothing special.
No,
There's
it wasn't.
nothing
You didn't
special.
have to get fancy with it. It was meat and potatoes, playing a good football game. Nothing fancy, like you said. Like they just won. They straight
Yep.
up won without doing anything
Yep.
out of the ordinary.
Ty McCullough, when they had to throw the ball,
Yeah.
happened to be at the first down marker every time. That guy knows how to sniff out the first down marker. It's just a fact at this point.
Yeah.
Ty McCullough is kind of the leader of this team.
That first drive, I think there was 3 different times we had to convert third down. And every single time we converted on third down. And after that drive, I by far and away was not still nervous because it's still Cat Grizz and anything can change.
On the first
But when
drive.
you do that on the first drive and you convert those third downs and you do it with so much poise, I'm like, I think we're ready.
On the first drive, the one you're talking about, 3rd and 9, they get offsides.
Yeah.
They got them off. The stadium was absolutely rocking.
Yeah.
They call Montana the Mecca.
The Mecca.
Montana State's coming for them.
Yeah, they're
coming
working
for
on
him.
it. They're working on it. We're coming up.
The fans were absolutely rocking in
Yeah.
this game. And it was evident throughout the game.
I think we can confidently say up with Montana State.
Up with Montana State.
You know.
Down with Montana.
Yeah. We've got the Vim.
We got the Vim.
We're here to win. For old Montana
Montana
State. We're in it. We're in the playoffs. We are in the best position we've been in a long time. We've dealt with injuries the entire year.
Yep.
Injuries are going to happen throughout the playoffs as well, but we have shown that the roster is deep enough and strong enough to make up for players that come out. Next man up.
I mean,
there is Neil Daly's
you're
at
not
every
making
single
a
position.
big enough deal about what we've lost.
No.
3 seniors.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sorry. 2 seniors.
2 seniors,
And,
yeah.
and Taco's brother, Caden.
Yep.
Caden is not a senior, but
Still
he is
an
still a
important person.
leader on the team.
Yep.
But we lost 2 starters on defense.
Yep.
A middle linebacker and a defensive lineman.
Yep.
When you lose that kind of talent, it is hard to come back from.
Yeah.
That's a flat out fact.
Mm-hmm.
Danny Yu is an all-time player
Yes.
for this organization. Doesn't matter which one in the
Yep.
FCS. He is an all-time player for all of them. And the fact that Neil Daly and Bryce Grebe have been able to step into that role is, I mean, I don't even know what to say about those guys.
So
It's impressive.
a
what
couple
they've
things
done.
as well, okay? And we also saw Colson Kuhn come into
Yeah,
the game today.
we saw Colson
and he
Kuhn.
had some very good runs.
Gatorade Player of the Year.
Exactly. He came in, hasn't gotten many reps all
No.
season, got the yards we needed,
Yep.
and played an amazing game when those guys had to be in street clothes on the side. You know, that happened. Also today, Justice Perkins,
Out on the field for Senior Day.
yes, gets to come out there, and the embrace between him and his father after the game.
Yeah.
That's one of those things that's beyond sports, beyond anything. A beautiful scene. I was moved by that because
Yeah.
I know what that feeling is like when you got that father and son embrace after the game, and everything that Justice has gone throughout this season,
Yeah.
and everything trying to get back into these games, like these type of games, like this win we had today, makes all of that work worth it.
It
And
does.
I'm so happy
really
for
does.
him that he got to have that moment.
Yeah.
And him and his father got to have that moment because that is special.
I'm just going to come out and say it for the both of us.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus Weir, when you go to the NFL, Ben and I will be the first people to buy your jersey.
And I will probably switch to whatever team that is.
I don't even care.
Probably will.
At this point, I mean, it'd be great if you went to the Vikings, but at this point, I don't even
Also, Marcus, keep an eye on the Seahawks. They need some help. And you could join Ty over there.
Yeah.
You'd probably be pretty happy playing with Ty over there. Seems like a
Yeah,
cool dude.
yeah. But seriously, Marcus Weir is having the season of seasons
Yeah.
for a Bobcat offensive lineman. I mean, this guy is pancaking dudes.
Left and right.
twice
Left,
a
right,
game?
center. Like,
I mean, he's getting
he makes
flat
people
out
look silly.
pancakes.
Yes. He makes very good defensive linemen look silly.
I mean, we're recording this episode to bring you kind of what we feel after this lopsided of a win after Cat Grizz. And I hope everyone takes away just how dominant this was. This was not... They didn't go out and try and smoke the Grizzlies. They just walked out. They do what they do. And the Grizzlies held them to 11 points. 11.
11. It's not a lot of points. I got one touchdown the entire game.
Eli Gilman is a scrub. Argue that. Argue it.
I don't think that's entirely fair.
Argue it.
I don't think I don't think that Eli Gilman is a scrub.
He looks like it today.
I really want to know what Eli Gilman is going through as far as the coaching staff and the schemes and everything, because we are not seeing the Eli Gilman from last year. I will give you that.
Okay.
I will give you that.
Okay. I'll
But
take it.
also,
because
Nick
he-
Osmo didn't look so good today either.
Because you made a compelling argument, Dan, I will take back my comment
He's
about...
not a scrub.
He's not a scrub.
No.
Fife is a scrub.
Fifi.
Logan Fifi is
Logan
a scrub.
Fifi, yeah.
That dude
Didn't look
had
great today.
he had nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. He made some really good plays against Portland State, and that's the difference.
Yeah.
Portland State is dog water.
They have a terrible defense.
They're terrible.
Yes.
The Cats are not.
Yeah.
And Fife had nothing all day long.
Yeah. I was watching the game today with two Grizz fans that I love very much. And the entire time they were talking about how terrible the offensive line for Montana was. And the offensive line for Montana was not good by any means. I'm not going to make the argument that they were good.
No.
But I also told them that Montana State's defensive line has made every offensive line look bad the entire season.
Do you think that Zach Cruz had a little something? A little something?
For sure, yeah.
To prove?
Every player on this Montana State team, outside of like Rohan, has a chip on their shoulder from last year. And Rohan doesn't have that chip, not because he doesn't care about it, but just because he wasn't on the team last year.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. And all these guys,
and all Rohan does,
they just check this off the list.
Rohan just continues to do good things.
Yeah.
No team has been able to account for Rohan Jones.
No, because what do you do? Who do you choose not to guard on this Bobcat offense?
They choose. I mean, they're running multiple running back sets.
Yeah.
So they're accounting two guys for both guys in the backfield.
Yeah.
Then all the wide receivers.
Yes.
And then there's Rohan Jones.
Yeah.
It's not like they're forgetting about him.
No.
They just can't deal with it.
They can't deal with everything.
It's not
and
just,
Tommy finds the open man
it's
every
not
time.
just the Grizzlies.
Yep.
It's every team. They cannot deal with Rohan Jones.
Yep.
He's just above everybody right now. He's on a little bit of a different level.
Montana State came into this season with a list.
Yeah.
Idaho, check. UC Davis, check. Montana, check.
Who's next?
Now we just got SDSU and DSU. That's all that's left on the list.
And God damn it, Ben. We are number one.
Number one, baby.
We are number one.
Yeah.
We are number one.
We're here.
It is our conference now.
Yeah.
Everything runs through us.
There's a new sheriff in town.
And
I was a little premature last year, calling us the sheriff. This year, definitely the sheriff.
Remind me, which town does everything run through now?
I think it's, if I believe I'm correct. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe everything runs through Bozeman.
Oh, Bozeman, Montana.
Yes.
Everything runs through Bozeman, Montana from here on out.
To get to Frisco,
it's
you
done.
got to go through Bozeman.
You have to come through us.
It's an
You gotta-
inconvenient route.
You have to come through our house.
Yeah.
This being said, as great as today is, let's talk a little bit about what you think the bracket looks like now. Because North Dakota State losing today
Changes a lot.
it's a grenade in the bracket, if we're being totally honest.
Yeah.
The only thing that seems obvious is Montana State goes to 1. That's
Yes.
the only thing that seems obvious.
Yes. And it's obvious to us.
Yeah.
And we hope it's obvious to the committee.
If Montana State does not go to 1, I don't know what I'll do.
Chicanery.
I will do something. Let's just put that.
You'll do
I'll
something.
I'll do
I don't know what I'll do, but
I'll do
it'll be
something.
something.
I'll
I might
do
sulk. I might sulk at home.
Yeah.
But I got to do something.
It'll take me a little while to figure it out, but I'll figure out something.
I got really excited for a second when I was thinking about the playoff implications of that game, because I thought potentially there might be a 1-4 matchup where we face UC Davis again in the semis.
Yeah.
Which I would like to see. But also taking into account that South Dakota, USD, beat NDSU, I think they're pretty locked in to that number 4 spot.
Okay. Well,
You can't take it away from USD.
NDSU lost to South Dakota.
Yep.
South Dakota lost to SDSU.
Yes.
How do you place that?
It's really tough because we were looking at a 2-4 matchup or a 2-3 matchup between SDSU and Montana State. And now we're kind of looking at a 1-4 matchup with South Dakota State and Montana State.
I feel like we're kind of on the same page here.
Yeah.
Where we think that SDSU and NDSU might go 2-3.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what you're thinking?
It could happen.
I feel like that seems right.
Yeah.
I know that South Dakota State beat NDSU, and that should seem like a move up in the rankings.
Yes.
But they lost to SDSU, and how do you move SDSU out of the top 3?
Yeah, you can't.
Honestly.
There's so much.
SDSU.
There's so much mixed into that
SDSU,
you can't move up at USD any further.
How do you deal with that? That's my whole thing is, what do you do with South Dakota at this point? Because obviously Montana State has to take number 1.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a fact at this point.
Obviously, committee. What are you thinking about?
And I feel personally that NDSU's loss drops them 1 spot.
Oh, we can't
1.
drop them 2.
Because it's still a top 5 matchup. And they beat the number 1 team in the country.
And they lost by 1 point.
Yeah.
You know, it was a very tight game.
2 points.
Okay.
2 points, man. Come on.
Come on,
Come on,
I'll
bro.
pay attention.
Come on, bro.
Yeah. Pretty sure it was 28-29. But we can handle that later.
I'll arm wrestle you if you're right.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Anyway.
Eric's going to shotgun a beer if he's wrong.
I don't love that. Anyway. This is what we get to. This is what we're going to enjoy this week, is how the rankings committee feels about South Dakota beating North Dakota State.
It changes everything about the playoff.
But South Dakota lost to SDSU. I mean, this is something.
This is going to be a very interesting selection Sunday.
And does it actually matter? Because everything runs through Bozeman. Everything.
That's true.
That's
true.
It's a really good day.
There's a lot of home games we got to figure out how we're going to get to Bozeman.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be a chore. Like, Cats, why'd you have to be so good where we have to figure out how to get to Bozeman every weekend for the next month?
Yeah, thanks, Cats. I'm going to be calving for the next month.
Yeah.
So I literally cannot go to any games. So not super thrilled with that.
But the fans may get a podcast from the calving barn, which would be very entertaining.
Yeah. I'm a night caver.
Yeah.
So day games don't matter.
Yeah.
I'll be around.
Yeah.
I'm a night caver, so nighttime probably not much. But daytime, we're all good.
I just think it'd be really funny if we had to stop the podcast so you can pull a calf. Like, I think that would be pretty entertaining podcasting. Like, we just pull we gotta move the camera real quick. We gotta catch this calf coming into life.
Yeah. If you would like to see something like that, drop a DM, because I feel like nobody wants to see that.
We can create a Patreon.
But we
just
can make
for the unedited.
We can make that happen. We can actually make that happen.
Yeah.
But we're gonna need some input from the outside world.
Yeah.
Because
we should make that decision ourselves.
I'm feeling like nobody wants to see that, but if somebody does want to see a new baby calf come into the world, hit us up.
Yeah.
Other than that, it is a great day to be a Bobcat.
Yeah.
It is fantastic.
Yeah. The
Bobcats are rolling.
Yeah.
It is top to bottom the best team I've seen ever.
It honestly blows my mind how good this team is.
This is where we're sitting right now.
We had, like, this was our prediction at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
When we did our preseason episode,
Yeah.
we said that this team was going to go 12-0.
Yeah.
And that was very hopeful and very biased. But this team has stepped up to the plate every single time. And every challenge that has came up to them, they have met it and exceeded it.
Yeah.
Like, there's been very few hiccups throughout this entire season. And everything that you could see as a hurdle,
Yeah.
they skied over that thing.
Yeah.
The hurdle was 32 inches, and they were jumping it over at 60.
Yeah. I mean, you're right.
Yeah.
This season has been a dream for every Bobcat fan.
Yeah.
Grizzly fans, I'm sorry. It's tough.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just doesn't work your way. But
72 to 43 now?
bottom of
Or
the
75 to 43?
yeah, bottom.
We're
of the
coming
line.
back.
Today. The Bobcats flex their muscles
Yeah.
big time. Mm-hmm. Leading the pack, Kenny Iden, Adam Jones,
Yeah.
and Alex Eckert.
Yeah.
Those three guys absolutely made this happen for us. Mm-hmm. And that's excluding Tommy. That's
That we should never exclude, but we always do because we are so spoiled. Tommy,
Yes.
you have spoiled us.
We love you, Tommy.
You have spoiled us for years.
I mean,
I want to call him the best quarterback in Montana State history right this second.
I think it's time.
I want to call him that, but I also know that in my heart, best of all time.
I think it's
But
time.
for the overall argument, everybody online, everybody in the internet, everybody on every source you could think of, he's got to have that natty to
It's
be
time.
the greatest of all time. But
For
honestly, the things he's done for this team, out on that field, bloodied up elbows, he got down in the mix with them. He didn't shy away from contact, which he never has. No. Even when he probably should slide, he won't. And he just does the right thing every single time. I wish I could be more like Tommy and make those correct decisions every single time. I wish I could be that kind of guy.
We've had great quarterbacks at Montana State.
Oh.
We have never had a Tommy Malott.
No.
He has changed everything about Bobcat football.
Yes.
I can attest to this because I've seen the change from when I went to school. I graduated in 2016.
Yep.
So I've seen the change.
Yep.
I mean, we're only talking, 8 years now, right? Yeah, 8.
Yep.
Yeah. I got good math.
Yeah. Good math guy.
Tommy has changed what Bobcat football is, period.
Yep.
Not just being good at football. Mm-hmm. He has brought so many fans to this team.
Yep.
His legacy goes way beyond the football field.
Great football player, better person.
Yeah.
And you don't see that often.
Yeah.
You do not see that often. And I could say that a million times.
Yeah.
And it would never go to Tommy's head.
Tommy?
He's not I could tell him that to his face a million times, and it would never change.
I really doubt Tommy Malott listens to the podcast, but if he does, we love you.
Yeah.
We absolutely love you.
Thank you.
Thank
Tommy.
you. Thank you, Tommy. Yeah. Because without you, none of this is possible.
Yeah.
It really isn't.
Yeah. Nobody wants to listen to a podcast unless Tommy's there.
Yeah. I mean, we're being totally honest here. This is Tommy Malott's team.
Yeah.
Without Tommy, it's just a team.
Yeah. Not to take anything away, but something that was brought up to me today when I was talking to somebody at Specs. We need to give some credit to Sean Chambers.
Yeah.
because as he's come on as an offensive analyst, the offense has had a significant change. And obviously that has to do with Coach Walker as well.
Yeah,
let's
expand
that,
it off of Sean Chambers to the coaching staff in general.
Yes.
Because what we've seen from last year to this year is kind of a monumental change.
Yes.
I feel like everybody that is listening probably agrees with that everything we're seeing this year is better.
Yeah.
And that starts up top.
Oh, yeah.
Starts with our guy, Vegan. I love him, man.
And we saw some
Don't leave us, Vegan.
We saw some spicy Vegan at the beginning of the game. It came up on the camera, and he was getting into the ref, and I was like, I know it's a great game when I see some spicy Vegan.
Yeah. My last point.
Okay.
Were you surprised at how not chippy this game was?
I was a little surprised.
I was too.
There wasn't a lot of fire in this game.
They were
on
not,
either side.
They weren't fighting. They weren't pushing. There was nothing.
I saw a slight amount of talk, but it seemed like your average game level of talk. It did not seem like a rivalry game level of talk.
So, my argument here is that do you think the Grizzlies realized they were bottom bitches?
I don't know. Houck gave us a lot of credit this week.
Yeah.
He gave us a lot of credit.
On that note,
and
Ben's going to read the credits.
That's it. Yeah, I think we should. All right. Thanks, everybody, for listening.
5 stars, baby.
5 stars, wherever you are listening to this at.
Premium content.
No Patreon. No Patreon.
Yeah.
Please follow us on Instagram or Twitter at CatsPod. Go ahead and check us out on YouTube at The CatsPod.
Yeah.
And I hope everybody has an amazing week. We'll wait for Selection Sunday, and we will give you a full playoff preview on Wednesday. Have a great week, everybody.
Hey, one other thing. Shout out to the RSVP for this kick-ass studio they set us up with.
Yeah.
They didn't actually set us up with it.
Shout out to Dennis for giving us the microphone we could use today, because the #1 producer in the world, Ben Christians, forgot his podcasting bag in Great Falls.
Luckily, my stepdad came through in a pinch.
Oh yeah,
in a pinch.
Yeah,
but RSVP has a pretty cool room to record it.
It's not bad.
They didn't hook us up, but it's not bad.
Yeah, we'll see you guys on Wednesday.
Go Cats!